Transportation team, absolutely critical. I've talked about how I want to have cart culture and have a lot of carts around so that people can easier transport things. But we also do need actual vehicles, gasoline-powered vehicles that can go to the airport and get someone at the airport. Because I would like to make getting here simpler. On public transport, you have to take 3 different hops to get here. Each one of them wasting a bunch of time transferring from one vehicle to another, keeping track of your shit. You can't carry as much shit because you have to carry it all, right? Like if you're backpacking. This way, somebody could arrive in a plane with too much stuff, maybe stuff that got donated or that's hard to purchase here, and there's a lot of stuff that's hard to purchase here or very expensive, so they could be bringing in things like a laptop, a camera. My batteries on my camera are old. They don't hold charge very well. Solar shit, you know. And so that's another reason to have transport, to help these people mule things to us. And if someone was doing that, I'd be more likely to have them just as a visitor as well. And there are people who could come here just as visitors. We'll talk about them separate. But I'm talking about a pickup truck that's reliable for use mainly on the property, and then a regular vehicle that's smaller that can zip into an airport somewhere, the furthest airport away that somebody might want to come into for some other reasons, because they want to have some time before or after they're here to enjoy a different climate, different area. And so there is an airport that is far, about a 6-hour drive away. And so that's a major thing, to drive down, get someone, and come back. And those are probably often 2-day trips. I mean, 6 hours is, going both ways on it might be difficult. Maybe we could do it in 1 day. But also for the person who's on transport team, they might enjoy going to another place for a little bit. So, and we might even send more than one person just because it's a fun thing to do, to go to this other place. We could also use a 15-passenger van once we get to the level at which we have larger groups coming in and out. Having that size of bus available would be great. The other option is to hire certain of those services out. There are taxis we can trust. There are people who have that kind of van that we could rent them with the driver and the van. That would be cooler, because then we don't have to own the vehicle ourselves. And then there's also a bulldozer. We should probably get one of those if we've got enough work to do, and once we believe the project is actually going to succeed and we have enough resources to start investing in vehicles, we could do that. We could also have, of course, bicycles. The better form of transport, the future transport that will be most important in the world, is actually horses and donkeys. That is real green transport. Any vehicles we have on the property, I would like those to actually be electric if we can pull it off. Because of noise issues. I don't like noisy vehicles. So, for example, I don't want ATVs zooming around. But if we can find electric ATVs, yeah, that might fit in really well. Regular bicycles are fine. I used to own 2, but I tend to give shit away a lot, so I gave them away, which was really dumb because I could use them, but not at the moment. I don't want people doing a lot of adventure mountain biking here. And that is because I had 2 people who were proponents of that and were telling me how great it was and how safe it was. I have great places we could make trails to do that on, but I'm too far from easy medical services to support that. Those 2 people that were very pro mountain bike, the next day after we made a video, went out and one of them got very badly injured. She slashed her knee. I think it's probably the worst injury we've had here, and all of a sudden we have to drive on a shitty road, which sometimes is very difficult to do during some parts of the year. The road washes out, and so I'm not really in support of that currently, of mountain biking. It is possible that later on we could set up an area for motorcyclists and bikers to actually have an event in the forest, and they would still be very selected. It would be a very particular kind of event. It would be a green, invite-only motorbike cyclist event thing. And I have had cyclists visit me before, both on motorbikes and on cycles. I love that way of transport. It's very efficient. But that's not our primary objective right now. And then we need people who can change oil, fix tires, charge batteries, Uh, yeah. So support systems for vehicles. I guess that's all I got to say about vehicles right now.